what's up everyone? Welcome back to today's video. My name is Pim and this is 4am Laundry. And on this channel, we travel all across Japan looking for the best deals on retro video games and electronics. And as promised, here is part 2 of our Mitaka adventure. Part 1 was really good. We found a lot of good deals. And like I said, I really loved this area. It's a super nice walk. It was a lazy Sunday afternoon and it was just a great time overall for retro video game hunting. Before we start, I forgot to mention this in the last video, but I found this really cool little secondhand house shop. It was this old lady and she was just selling stuff out of her house. I guess it was a business or something. But yeah, there was a Famicom in the window and like a random VHS tape, some random electronics scattered all over the place. It was really weird and really cool at the same time. It's one of those things that just really makes it a lot of fun to go to a random place and just see what you can find, right? Anyway, I just wanted to show that because it was really cool. Now, without further ado, let's get back to our Mitaka adventure. So yeah, when we last left the video, I just got out of our first hard off and I found a different one in about a 40-minute walk away from the first location. So I thought, why not? Beautiful weather, beautiful scenery. Let's get to the next destination and go game hunting. Let's go. All right, there she is. Definitely a cute little hard off. I love these little standalone ones that are just hard off and off house. And they definitely have a focus on furniture. They got the extendo over there with the extra stuff. It's yeah, that you see this happening sometimes, that this place is just heavily focused on furniture and stuff because that's just the type of area that this is. So yeah, let's go inside. Whoa, they have a little movie slash vinyl type thing at the bottom of their stairs. Look at all these Laserdisc collections, this entire thing of Neon Genesis. I think this might be the whole thing. I can't even lift it up, it's so heavy. Is 1,000 yen and then 2,500 for this giant Gundam Big Bang project. These are all Laserdiscs, but yeah, we're here for games. Well, my Laserdisc era will definitely come. Let's go find some games. And here we go, definitely a sizable game collection. They seem to have everything. Prices seem to be a bit on the high side, but hey, let's start digging in. Of course, we're gonna start with the N64 over here. Yeah, they have a Ocarina of... They have a Ocarina of Time here. It's squished, but it's 1650. That is actually a okay price for Ocarina of Time. But this is what happens with that shrink wrap. You really have to be careful. When they've been in it for too long, it kind of suffocates the box, and then the box gets kind of crushed up like this. This definitely is the fault of how they package. My one gripe with how Hard Off does their stuff. Down here, there seems to have some other stuff. Think of Mario 64. 2,200. That just seems to be the price across all hard offs. Mickey's Racing Challenge, 1320. That's not for what Utah got it for last episode, but yeah, see what happens with the box like this? This is because the shrink wrap gets so tight. It's heat wrapped, so it reacts to the temperature. Then another 1650 for this Ocarina of Time. You gotta be careful. I usually take them out of these shrink wraps as soon as I leave the store. Other than that, it seems to be a pretty regular selection of games and they're all kind of on the expensive side. Don't think I'll be leaving with any N64 games here today. Alright, before we continue, no, there's no sponsors yet. Don't worry about it. I just wanted to thank you guys so much for all the subs, likes, comments, and all the previous videos. The channel really seems to have taken off a little bit. I don't want to get too optimistic. I have so many plans for the future of this channel and I can't wait to share them all with you guys. But before we can do that, I kind of need your help. So as a lot of you know, and most of you don't know, I am attempting to make this a full-time gig. And I want to do that without hindering the content as much as possible. I'm setting up a Patreon right now for some extra content, but I'll announce that in the next videos. But in the meantime, did you guys know that I have an active Twitter, Instagram, and Discord where you guys can interact with all my stuff? It'll really help me out if you guys follow me there. I post almost daily, sometimes way more than that. On Instagram, I'm usually posting retro video game content, stories about my life in Tokyo and other stuff going on. And on Twitter, kind of the same thing. And I'd really appreciate it if you guys would follow me on those pages and interact with some of my content. I know it doesn't sound like much, but the more people interact with my stuff, the more exposure I get. It would really go a long way. See, the more exposure I get on those platforms, the more my stuff gets noticed noticed by bigger creators and potential sponsors and other stuff that would totally help get this channel to the next level. All I really want at this point is for this YouTube channel to grow as much as it possibly can. And I've never really asked for anything like that before, but I would really appreciate your help. And again, I can't thank you guys enough for all the support that you've already given me. It really makes me motivated to put better content out there and make my videos as good as possible. Anyway, just wanted to mention that. Look out for my Patreon coming next week, and let's get back to the video. Then let's have a look at their Game Boy section right next to it. Someone's messing around with the instruments in the back there, but let's see what they have on top here. They've got the regular Golf for $880. That's not a bad price at all. And then they have 1100 two Pachi slot game. This is Pachi-kun, and yeah, cool. You know, not really into these right now, but again, loving small Game Boy boxes, so you have to check. And there's a Hamster Paradise 2, of course, you know. Right next to it, they seem to have slipped in a GBA game. This is Rivera. That is 4400. That's a lot, but I think this is an RPG, and it's definitely one that I still have to check out, but it looks very, very good from what I've seen. I don't know what this is. It comes with an accessory, I think, for 5500. It says Legends. I'm not entirely sure what this is. It's an RPG, and it's definitely some type of accessory / gimmick, which yeah, really looks cool. Then down here, the GBA games always look good. We've got Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone for 2200, and The Tower 2200, another game that I'm actively looking for, but it's always expensive. And 1650 for Mario vs. Donkey Kong, not bad at all. Don't see this one too often in the wild, at least. And the original Super Mario Advance, also a really fun game to find. Yeah, really cool stuff, just nothing that I'm currently looking for, but you know, it always pays off to check out these Game Boy sections. It's surprising how affordable some of these are, right? And I am a big Game Boy guy. Then behind me, a really good PC game section. These always kind of sneak up on me. They don't always have them, but when they do, it is really cool. Right here we have MSX games. Tetris on the MSX 4400. Yeah, I love MSX's hard plastic boxes. And here is Lunatic Dawn 2, a FM Towns game. 2200. I never see FM Towns game, but FM Towns is one of those holy grail things that I'm looking for, but not really, because I know I can't afford it. But I love the FM Towns, and it's a very unique console, and I would love to own one day. Then let's have a look at their Super Nintendo games. I love how they're laid out like this. They've got Secret of Mana, Seiken Densetsu 2 for 330 yen, and the reason is someone just kind of cut open the bottom there, but hey, what a price, hey? 330. That is interesting. I got mine for like 400 yen too, so I definitely understand how that happens. Then we've got Zero 4 Champ for 550. That is not a terrible price for a pretty legendary racing game series. I might consider this one. And then SimCity 2000 here for 880. Definitely something that also looking for. And next to it, I see Super Fire Pro Wrestling Special. It says there's, yeah, the game is in there, but yeah, 330. I'm gonna have to pick this one up, buddy. Super Fire Pro Wrestling. That's like the one that I'm still looking for. It's the one with the really good story and the very, very, how do I say this? Uncanny Valley ending. I definitely, I'm picking this one up for sure. Looks like we're gonna buy some games here after all. Then here, there's a box only Final Fantasy IV for 550, which I'm definitely gonna be picking up because this game goes for thousands of yen, and you can just find the cart only in the junk section many times. So yeah, this is yeah, I'm definitely gonna be buying this. junk time. I'm excited. They're definitely doing a great job pricing their stuff over here. I wonder if they have a Final Fantasy IV in here that I can spark up and use for my 500 yen box. Let's find out. No Final Fantasies, but they do have this All Japan Pro Wrestling part only for 100 yen. This would be really cool to find in the box. We probably will one day. And down here in the junk PS2 stuff, I found a Automodelista. This is a really cool cel-shaded racing game. It's on the GameCube as well, I think. It doesn't have the manual, but the CD looked okay when I checked. And for 100 yen, it's in the box. I'm definitely gonna get this because I really want to play this. I've always wanted to try this game, and I have a PS2, so neat. And yeah, look at all their consoles. Got an Xbox 360 in a box over there, and over here they have a PS2 Slim, also in the box. Down here, I don't know if this is a rare GBA or not, but it's 27,500, and I definitely like the way it looks. It's been played completely. Definitely looks cool. They've got a broken Link. Poor Link lost his hand. Still worth 2,200 according to this hard off. And again, whatever happened to GPU boxes that look like this, man? Look at this HD 4870. Here's a polygraph or something. An earthquake detector. Oh boy, they got everything in here. And for 550, here's another Sim Earth, the Living Planet, Imagineer software. Man, I'm gonna leave this one here because it's it's not something I'm looking for, but cool to find and great price too. And then up here, next to this Mahjong Famicom game, we actually found a Neo Geo game, 8,800 yen. This is King of Fighters 2, no, real battle action game. I don't know, man. All these Neo Geo games, they kind of look the same to me, but really cool to find it at least. Then on the PlayStation side, here's still Concerto. Never heard of this. It looks like an RPG. Here's Rockman Dash, Mega Man Dash. Another game you really don't hear a lot about. The PS1 section, they got all the good stuff. I might have mentioned this before, but I love this series. They have the A and the M. This is Namco Museum on the PS1, and if you get them all, it spells out Namco. It's pretty cool. You're probably seeing it on screen right now, but I'm just staring at this shelf. And here's another game I've never seen before. There's a lot of PlayStation stuff that I know nothing about. That is just so interesting to me, the way that they made these packages. Look at this. And down here is where they seem to have put all their heavy hitters. We've got Silent Hill over here, the original Rockman 8, and Metal Gear action game. Look at that. Tactical espionage action Metal Gear Solid, the original. 1320 is not a bad price for the original Metal Gear. There's probably something with it because this one's 33,000, so it's probably missing some of the inserts or the OB strip or something like that. So their Sega Saturn section doesn't seem to be as big as our previous store. It really goes to show you that the hard Rs are going to be different every time. They got Sonic Jam over here though, 2200. Still got to get into the Sonic series at some point. It's just never been my thing. I might not ever get into it. They've got some Mega CD games over here, if I can get it out. Here's Arcus for the Mega CD. And some 3DO games over here. They got, I didn't know Samurai Showdown came out for the Panasonic 3DO, a Crystal Dynamics game. That is crazy. I didn't know that. Here's Police Knots. I knew about that one for the Panasonic 3DO. It seems to be one of the most popular titles for this system. Man, imagine having a 3DO back in the day. You had like 8 games to choose from. And then the new stuff came out. Still not a bad little collection over here. I don't mind it at all. Like, it's different. Some prices are high, but then there's some real gems within it. So you never, count these hard-offs off because there's always going to be something that might interest specifically you, right? Another game that's surprising to find just randomly on the shelf here is Double Dragon. The Return of Double Dragon, sorry, for the Super Nintendo, 8,800. That's a lot for a Super Famicom game. And it has the whole story just on the cover over there. Like, who's gonna read all that? and that tiny text. But yeah, it just random here on the next to this 550 yen pachinko game. And here, for some reason, on top of the Switch games, they have Hey You Pikachu with the microphone for 38.50, and for 4,400 you can get Hey You Pikachu and Denshade Go on this N64, and it comes with the microphone. I don't think it comes with the controller, but this is the one that comes with the microphone, which I guess you can use in the game. What a weird little combination. I guess it makes sense, but I've never seen that. Here's a Bandai Wii fishing accessory. I would have gotten this if it was an 8800. Yeah, I love me some Wii accessories. And just happening to be sniffing around the Wii section, what I have been finding is that Wii prices are as low as they're ever gonna get. Here's the Dark Side Chronicles Biohazard for $880. Yeah, I gotta really start getting into some of these Wii titles because they're all very, very discounted these days. This Mario, this one doesn't even have a price. Kids are growing up now and they have disposable income, so now is kind of the time to buy Wii games if you're into that before they absolutely gonna skyrocket in price. I've seen it happen all over Twitter. And here's a American Pokemon Blue for 24,200. That is so wild to find in Japan. It's kind of crazy to see it next to the Japanese counterpart. Which one do you guys prefer? Put it in the comments. This box or this box? I'm gonna have to say, like, I prefer the Japanese one, but I grew up with the American one, and yeah. Oh boy. Then browsing the console section over here, I did find a Sony PS2 with working controller, 7,700. It's the clear blue one that I've been looking for. And my PlayStation isn't the one that has like the working expansion bay. So I definitely need one, and I think I'm gonna get this one. 7,000 is not a bad price for the clear blue one, and it comes with a controller, which I also don't have. And I might sell my current PlayStation 2 to a friend that doesn't care about modding it. I'm definitely gonna be picking this up, I think. Yeah, definitely getting this. It has the expansion bay, and I definitely would be using this with a hard drive instead of the little rinky-dink setup that I have right now. Really happy about this. 7,700 is not a bad price for it, especially that it's in hard off and everything is in working condition. Let's call it a day and go home, right? 9,240 円でございます. Alright, and of course, before we wrap up this video, let's check out all the games that we got today. As you all know, we're going for a complete N64 collection. Last time we checked in, we had 27 N64 games, and today we've got 4 heavy hitters to the library. I'm going to start off with Mickey's Magical Tetris. Again, a very, very underrated Tetris game. I'm super happy to find it for a really good price. Then there's Pocket Monsters Stadium 2, or of course as we know it now, the original Pokemon Stadium in the West. Turok, I've actually been playing this one a lot on my blue N64, and yeah, really happy to find this as well. This is one you don't really find as often. And of course, Hey You Pikachu. Now, just like Donkey Kong 64, this is actually part of a bigger bundle, but I'll still count it as a game, but I will be looking out for the microphone edition as well. That means right now we have 31 N64 games to our library. That's pretty good. So with the 206 total N64 games in the Japanese library minus 31, that leaves us 175 games still left to collect. Now, of course, we can't forget Dungeon Siege. This is such a cool game. I love these big box PC games, and I pick them up whenever I can when they're like 500 yen or something, because a lot of these really just are not that expensive, and they look so good. So besides the fact that this box looks like it could be new on a shelf, I think it is. I think we found a sealed Japanese Dungeon Siege. Look at this. There's still plastic wrap all over this CD, and it hasn't been opened. The CD hasn't been used. There's like a seal on it, a sticker. This box has definitely been opened, but the CD jewel case hasn't. So, I mean, 500 yen sealed PC game. I'm not gonna say no to that. Also, a big fan of this Japanese manual. I really, really like this. This is some good reading practice. If you're into studying Japanese, get some Japanese games and brush up on your reading skills, because mine are not that good. Then to wrap it up, of course, here's my T-Dog game from the first video. Super cool little platformer. Played it for a little bit. Really fun game. I can definitely recommend checking that one out if you're not familiar with that series, because I wasn't. And then finally, in their box protector glory, you've got Final Fantasy IV box only. Gonna be looking out for the card only version of that so I can complete it. Super Fire Pro Wrestling Special, 300 yen. You can't really go wrong with any of those prices. And Zero 4-Champ. This is a really fun game. I can definitely recommend this one as well. It's more of a story-based game than an actual racing game. But I think there are fan translations out there, and if you can find those, definitely give them a try if you're into Japanese cars and the whole JDM thing. And then last but not least, we can't forget my Clear Ocean Blue PS2. I immediately modded it as soon as I got home. It has a 2 terabyte hard drive in it, and I've been playing it non-stop since I got it. Alright, the sun is setting on another beautiful day of hunting. Thank you guys so much for watching. For those of you that were giving me crap last time, I have a backpack. It's just full. Look at what I'm dealing with. So look at my backpack over here. It's got all the games from our previous haul, that big old Dungeon Siege over here, and all the games. It adds up, and I don't want to crush these too much. Then there's the camera bag underneath it. Now I've got this PS2 to worry about, and all these other games that I don't want to crush. So yeah, it does add up, and I do need to ask for plastic bags. So to answer your question, I do have a backpack, but I also have so much crap to carry every time I go on these trips, right? So I hope that clarifies some stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hit that like button, of course. Don't forget to subscribe. I never asked that, but it really helps the channel out a lot. If you guys enjoyed this video, check out the other ones that I made, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I'm gonna play my PlayStation now after I get home.